Karadok, Roma, and Jin, especially since you're a dog sitting badger, and also a goblin.
Go fuck yourself, sick.
You three. I still want to talk to him. You three wanna come over here? Talk to the lady.
What is she saying?
Eva had the idea that she might be able to tell if any of us are infected and maybe cure us, like Mina did.
She's not going to make us eat our spores or something, is she?
I wouldn't trust that, bruv.
I suppose you wouldn't,
It
but
is
it's worth a shot.
a very
Yeah.
strange suggestion.
Let's
Take it
not
from
be
me.
splitting up like this, huh? How about we all go over?
Right. If something
Mina
goes wrong.
shouts down the stone path. Denver! Come back here.
I don't think you'd want to be within smelling distance of a Rocklander. Consider me surprised.
How else would I hit her if I don't get close to her?
His lip curls, not that his mask allows her to see it.
She
Yeah,
knows.
good.
I was muted.
Yeah, you gotta stop doing that.
I didn't say anything important, just Denver yelling I'm coming.
May all of you move yourselves, Badger included, and the pup, over here, please.
Yeah, puppo.
I cannot move the pup by myself.
I got you.
Thank you.
That's
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's Dogo.
The Shambler begins to scan across all of you before you all hear some, how to say, humming. Not like the hum of a computer or some machine, but a woman's hum. Unlike the telepathic thus far communication in your head, this does seem to have a source from the Shambler herself. You can even see the mushrooms grown on her vibrate as she hums in this way.
Do they seem to amplify the sound? Or are they just having a great time?
If only you were a bard. Who was infected? I believe Fayez was.
I think it
But
was
he's
just
not
the
here.
NPCs, wasn't it?
Eva.
I remember
One of
discussing that I
you.
had a note somewhere about level 0.
A number of you have level 0. Might be a 1 number, but I know at least one of you has it.
Jin is fine.
Don't think
I
it was
remember
And I
we
volunteer
did.
as plague. Because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I think Roma was infected, but then we re-rolled because I wasn't there or something, and she was fine. I think. So I don't think it's Roma.
Unless you
Right.
rolled for me when I was late, I should be fine.
You're fine. The sickness would have taken root in you as you guys complete your long rest in a plague zone. Not in the fight. Regardless. The Shambler hums this harmonious melody. It sounds beautiful. But eventually quiets and fades. And then she begins pointing people out. She points at Denver, Eva, and whomever else is sick. I can feel something in you. Mina scowls at the language.
I also scowl.
Yeah.
What can we do about it?
I can try to call it out, if you'd like.
And what would that entail? What would you do?
She stands up from her stool mushroom seat and walks closer to you and holds out her arm. Not in a T pose, but it is a gesture that all of you recognize. Badger probably potentially least so, although Jin, you might have a runner-up given your origin. It is a gesture for a hug.
Imagine getting a hug.
Wow.
It's a special hug for adults.
The reeds.
With her red spores emitting out from her, she does look ever so lightly like a deity in a painting or a saint. Do you accept her embrace?
There's definitely hesitance. It definitely takes like a minute, but I think yeah.
Then lock it in, player. Move your token.
Let me give you a little space.
Yep. It's too much.
Lock in.
You
Swear to God.
walk into her welcome embrace, feeling the bits of her ribcage poke out and press into you as she secures you in a hug. You hear that hum come back once more, a different tune this time and far, far quieter. To the rest of you nearby, you guys can see the red spores in the immediate environment begin to coalesce and concentrate on these two individuals. As this embrace continues, Denver, you begin feeling nauseous. This urge to open your mouth, even your nostrils, takes hold of you, and your physiological response just forces the actions. The rest of you begin seeing orange spores begin being pulled off of Denver's clothing, their fur, their ears, their mouth. In a manner similar to hawking up blood or loogie, Denver, you feel this sickness being pulled from you. You lose your plague carrier status.
Whoop whoop.
The rest of you see these orange spores begin taking on their own orange glow, something they've never done. Not in your guys' observation, at least. And you guys begin to watch as one by one, until it's this encompassing wave, they begin to transition from orange to red. And then, after the moment is finished, the red spores push back out to their original spaces with new members in their fold. She lets go of you.
So I think Denver's only response is just to like gag from the
Oh.
feeling of the nausea and everything.
The nauseous effect faded as you're hawking up the sickness, replaced instead by a feeling of security and comfort.
Ooh.
That reprieve from sickness that we all oh so vie for when we get sick.
Thank you.
She takes a step back and turns towards Eva now, who is in a bit of concern, having just seen what just happened, and looks to you, Denver. How doth thou feel?
Don't feel sick anymore. I feel fine. She seems kind of confused and in disbelief, but
Very well. And she begins to walk over, and she too accepts the Shambler's embrace. And you all see it resume. Once again, do orange spores come aglow, pulling from Eva's body and attire. And once more do they transition from orange light to red light. And soon enough, Eva too is cured of her sickness. And the Shambler steps away and sits back down on her stool. Eva in a state of disbelief and awe.
Do you sense it in anyone else?
She shakes her head. No, I think that's all of you. Mina,
Are you sure?
Mina,
I want to insight check him.
you may roll
Nice.
insight. As you do so, Mina does go over to Eva and ask her, pat her down, and say, "How you feel, sis? That thing didn't do anything to you?" No, it didn't. Well, nothing bad, I think. It's quite clear Mina was looking for a specific answer to establish a narrative.
Aw.
She did not find that answer. So let's see. Jin, there is something about Hawk that makes him, or rather, something that you read off of him, that makes him seem suspicious, as if there's other elements of sickness hiding. He's expecting something, but clearly does not get the answer he's looking for. Denver at a 21.
Mhm.
There's an answer he was hoping for.
To fit his narrative.
That'll fit his narrative. That's a good way to put it, yes.
He's looking for an answer that would fit his narrative.
I
does
stroked the
not
bottom of my
find-
mask, but that's not my answer. I need.
Both of you, with your insight rolls, determined that Hawk does not find the answer he was looking for.
Don't go around and stick your narrative in places where it doesn't belong.
I stick it in the plot. What do you mean?
We're all here for the plot.
Guys, I'll be right back.
I've gone places with my narrative that I wouldn't go with a gun.
He begins he walks outside the garden and licks the floor.
He walks out. 10 seconds later, he walks back with like a fucking bite mark on his arm.
Are you sure you don't want to double check? Some
I
of us
think
might
I'm
be really good.
infected.
Some of us
Mushrooms are safe to eat, right?
But
Yeah,
Yes,
Deborah
Doc.
just hops.
she says no. I mean, yes, she sure. Oh, thank you.
It's no problem. I'm happy to help.
It is very odd that it changes colors.
She tilts her head at that. Hmm?
I do not know. It's like there's almost two different forms of the same thing. But yours is able to change the other. It's
The plague, it's like an orange. And your looks her up and down, red.
She nods slowly at that. Right, I've seen that from here, and when I ventured out.
Orange ones are hurting people, and you're not.
It reminds me of a common survivalist tactic. Duck, you've seen me use this one. When you got water with a lot of debris in it, you take your shirt, scoop up a bunch of the water, and drink it through the shirt.
The
Right.
filter.
Exactly. Turns bad water good. Or better.
It's a first step. There are some other things thou should do towards random sources of water.
But when you're in
Boyd,
a
for example.
pinch, rather.
Indeed. What you all be saying? It'd be water, just drink it.
not
Gonna
everyone
roll
is
her
fortunate
eyes.
to just drink water and have it have no effects.
Would you
God,
drink?
it'd always be better.
There are benefits.
Would you drink seawater, Aucklander?
Yeah?
That tells me all I need to know.
I did not expect that narrative.
That explains a lot.
You want to be talking about water? You should go try to go find fires. You have a lot to say on water.
Speaking of,
Yeah, so where did he
Yes.
even go?
it's still gone.
If he not be turning up, that means he died a warrior's death. And if he do turn up, you tell me so I can punch him in the arm again.
I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
Eva smirks at that.
Seem very nonchalant about your friend potentially dying.
She shrugged. We all be dying, bruv. That's guaranteeing life, huh? Why should I be stopping him from dying the way he want to die?
Because I doubt he wants to die.
He want to be doing what he want to do. Whatever it be, that means he's going to die for it. That's good.
We must all have our honor.
Some call
What's
it
the
honor,
problem?
others might call it passion.
Well, I call it stupid to welcome your death with open arms.
She scoffs. There's nothing to be afraid of in dying, bruv. Only the shame of living on, knowing that you should be dead. But now you're not you anymore. Are
As long
you?
as you're alive, you can always make things right.
Oh, you'll be serious? No, that'd not be the way at all. Maybe sometimes. Maybe sometimes. But the other times the dead remember. They remember that you didn't die with them.
Insight check.
Rowan said.
God damn.
Mina's not a terribly hard book to read, don't worry.
Good.
She is very, how to say, well read on the topic of death and the afterlife, it seems. She is not saying this out of a place of arrogance or bravado. She speaks to it in a spiritual way.
Right.
We,
We gotta.
we may discuss such later in better times, but are thou ready to give us a decision? The mushroom lady, the shambler, stares at Eva and shakes her head, still not having come to a decision. I don't know. I don't think you all would lie to me. I've been out there. I don't know. All of you may roll insight if you so desire.
Please, 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 please.
Yes, sir.
Rolling it.
Why?
Why are you rolling so bad? I'm also rolling bad. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I get a 4.
You guys are
So we
two
got like
NPCs.
a good roll.
You guys are 2 NPCs. But goddamn, Mita would not help any of you. So you have 1 NPC that could help you.
I want to say help Hawk so Alec can have a good roll.
Your guys' call.
I mean, I'll take it. No one else wants it.
Honestly, we don't have great stats for insight anyway, so
Yeah.
go for a
How
champion.
does it feel, huh?
Oh, take it.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Eva.
Damn.
Eva is nothing if
build it up.
not your guys' greatest advocate and supporter. Let's see, list of crits. It's your 4th nat 20. Has you done wrong by you guys so far?
No.
Oh yeah.
She lied.
Now who's mistrusting? Let's see. I think we all know where we stand. Except maybe Jen. You succeeded, don't worry.
I imagine just barely though.
Indeed. She's not come to a decision yet. That is true. But you guys are asking her to address and reconcile her very nature. That is a dangerous, potentially self-destructive line of thinking you're asking her to engage in. I'll give you guys this. Ugh. You guys have seen some evidence of it just now and broached the topic. She is technically part of the plague. But she is quite clearly contradictory to the plague's nature thus far. Which thusly means that she is not part of the plague. So don't lump her in with it, huh? Also, maybe calling her by a name would be a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about
I've been
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Chandler works just fine.
with a passing insight, would Hawk want to do it, or do you want Jin to ask her name and humanize a thing?
Step
Well,
1.
If you don't know,
less,
Step 2.
it's
Sexual.
less ask. Oh no!
Jesus Christmas.
Sorry.
What's her name and which bedroom you got? I mean,
We have to humanize her so we can objectify her later.
Oh my
oh,
god!
I take it back. I'm just gonna ask.
Build them up, knock them down. No I'm kidding. Hawk did ask if she remembered her name earlier, and she said no. So it definitely is sort of. Give
Did
her
you
a
ask
name.
name or past?
What do you remember of your past? Nothing.
Oh,
Well,
Um,
yeah.
So, Crash, my question to you out of character is,
Just ask, and I will sign her name.
ask her name, you mean? Or,
Yeah, like, she'll pick one, effectively,
right.
from the sounds of it.
Good. Miss, can you tell us your name? Or any name?
She,
Something to call you?
she thinks for a moment and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't remember who I was. I only see red flashes, bits and pieces. She shakes her head more fervently now. Nothing ever staying. I don't know my name.
You could pick a new one if you wanted.
She doth reach out to the wicked and crestfallen and offer friendship. They call of her Arena, for she meant peace.
Or we could go with that story, what?
Fitting.
Irina.
This was thou's home. She gestures around. Velcaster, by its olden name. In due time, perhaps you might be one of the few people from it. Would that name suffice? Will suit you? Irina Velcaster. The red in her visceral bits inside her, and the spores she gives out glow brighter, like ambient light. Yes, I happily accept it. Then Irina she shall be. I? She says, asking, scanning across everyone, looking for any naysayers that aren't Mina.
Paradox nodding.
Shrug.
Tilt my hat back. My eyes show that I'm smiling.
Again, it's not disagreements. Jin is curious if that's a Eulonian story, though. Would it be able to roll like a lore?
No.
No.
I'll ask you this. Do you have religion trained?
I don't think so.
Who has religion trained? Let's start with that.
Paradox.
How interesting.
Shocking, no one.
Anyone else?
I do.
Do you have lore, Eulonia?
No.
Then you
Yes.
cannot roll for this. Well, of course you do.
I should hope so.
Then you may roll your religion straight.
Denver and Jin
Okay.
combined make one check. Unfortunately, they're not the same person.
$21. It's been a while since you heard the name. Irina is actually a widespread story beyond Eulonia, funnily enough. You might hear it in the Free Realms, maybe the Ventori League, maybe beyond, maybe. It is a story of what would pass as a saint, although Eulonians don't have the full concepts of such, not like Ventorians or Free Roamers. She was a woman of the cloth, a woman of peace. She was a teacher in her life before she took a vow to travel around the world, helping redeem whomever she could. The line Eva mentioned just now is straight, as if read from verse. She doth reach out to the wicked and crestfallen and offer friendship. They call of her Irina, for she meant peace. And that is exactly what the name means.
And that is exactly what Caradoc says to everybody else.
There you all have it.
You have it.
Irina means peace.
Correct. It might be a contested account of which came first. Did her name culturally shift to mean peace, or was she named in a coincidental way
Mhm.
to be a peace bringer? Or maybe it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Who knows?
Well, if Irina means peace, then Miss Irina Velkester's in turmoil. And judging by what you just did here, I think you're one of the few people that can fix that. You helped us without even knowing us. All we ask is that you help these people too.
She stands up from her stool and regards all of you. Not trying to decipher and parse lies, but she's measuring you all as good people, as having the passion to help. What does she say? Let's do this. Everyone roll a D100. Top goes first, bottom goes last.
Nice.
Oh, now I roll low. How low can you go? 27.
Nice. Right in the bloody middle.
Could be worse.
I
Bloody
go after
middle.
Kirsty. That's nice. Holy shit. Okay, so
Just 98.
That's 98. Someone
Just
just roll a
98.
99, right? I think everyone rolled already, though.
Easy.
the dog rolls, gets a 100.
Well, we already know the status of the dog, so.
Certified good boy or girl.
98. Badger, you're first. When Irina looks at you, gauging if you're a good person that is actually willing to join in a quest to help save a dying, burning city, what does she see? Are you what she's looking for?
She sees how he abandoned his warlike people, but at the same time, she also sees him getting in like bar brawls for money. So, good person, relatively so.
You're at the very least not a bad person.
Yeah.
At the worst, you're a person interested in your survival, which she cannot judge you for. Very well. Moving on to Denver. As the spores linger on your mind, as she telepathically parses who you are. Not intrusively, no more so than you all have been doing to her with your eyes. What does she see?
I don't know, if she'd be able to see specifics, but I think she would definitely see Denver as someone who is, in her mind, a bad person trying to make something right.
It is honor to redeem yourself. Very good. Caradoc, what does Irina see? Looking at you.
You would see him talk a man down. Talk him into giving Caradoc his knife. And he would she would see Caradoc and this man embracing. And she would feel a desire in Caradoc to be a candle in dark places for other people.
A noble thing befitting of your people. Not that she has any connotations on that. Excellent. Hawk. What does she see when she stares at you and parses your mind, pulling surface thoughts and inclinations?
Surface thoughts. She sees a coward and a liar who would definitely be willing to leave this town to rot if it meant saving his life. But first and foremost, even above that, she sees the memory of a boy in an old art exhibit back home, looking at a painting of a woman whose body has been overtaken by flowers. A plaque below it, in a language that is not common, labels it as soft as petals. And she sees, from this boy's point of view, the painting flash to his view of her at this moment, looking different but similar. She sees that he's more than he is willing to run away. He's willing to stay here and help if it means keeping her close.
That's all I needed to hear to constitute you're giving her advantage on this. Interesting. We'll go through all the results first. We'll get back to that. Roma, when the shambling woman of petite stature looks at you and parses your mind, what does she see?
Probably sees like, I think a lot of like hesitation. I think, or at least she's unwillingness to really put herself out there in that. But then obviously like guilt maybe at feeling that or having that exact reaction. Maybe similar to like maybe like survivor's guilt or something similar to that for not putting herself out there. So I think because of that, there's definitely like a willingness to kind of maybe help, but she's still very unsure of that.
You're an unsure person in an unsure situation. On that, you can receive no fault from her.